waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
And we're back with Season 8, Episode 3 of Genshin Impact. Anyways, let's get into the game, because so much to do, there's a little time to do so. Alright, last episode we continued exploring Fontaine. Well, the first area that is accessible, that is. We got to go underwater for the first time, and got to explore tons of underwater stuff, which was amazing, absolutely amazing. We opened up a lot of chests, and worked on the current event that's going on, which, whoops, I can't show it from here. Okay, now I can. This event here, and worked on all this, which is kind of like an introduction to Fontaine, so to speak. We got to go against some bosses, learn how they fight and all that, and just did a lot of stuff. Sadly, the episode itself was extremely long, but that was, of course, so that we can make sure we did everything of Fontaine there and didn't expand to yet another episode, because that's already been the first 2 episodes. And yeah, I wanted us to make the rest of the episodes, episode 3 here onwards, finally get back to what we're supposed to be working on, which is the Sumeru storyline. Which, note, like I said at the end of last episode, massive note, this is not the 100% beginning of the Sumeru storyline. We actually had to start the first 2 to 3 quests, I think it was, in this location here, with these 2 characters during episodes 1 and 2 of Season 7, because we were forced to do it so that we could then finally get to the Secret Summer Paradise event, which is the summer event for 2023. Okay? Yeah, so it was one of those stupid things with this game where, force you to do this, that. Even though, what actually came up and said, Collie's busy. But she wasn't busy, because we hadn't started the event, the storyline yet. But nope, the game didn't want it any other way. The game wanted us to start and continue a little bit into the Sumeru storyline, which got us all through this area. Because basically where Sumeru starts is actually like right there. It comes right out of the chasm. So if you remember the storyline from the chasm, basically you're supposed to like go through this little like tunnel and then come out right there on this little part. And then of course Sumeru's storyline basically starts here and kind of works its way up a little bit. Or well, yeah, it works its way up a little bit. Comes back a little bit. And then finally makes its way to the city. So most of episode 1 of season 7 will show this, and then episode 2 will show just one little cutscene, supposedly, right here, which shows our characters getting these how about I just say technology? I was trying to say technologic. No, that wouldn't be the right word anyways. Basically these earpieces that allows the characters to kind of access the internet, so to speak. Kind of. That's the best way I can explain it. Yeah. Yeah, even though they don't actually have internet. It's more like, well, actually, yeah, it is kind of like the internet. Yeah, well, anyways, that's what our characters got. Okay, so that's where we're at, story-wise, is that our characters were just walking... Oh, actually, we can see from here. Let me just do this. We kind of walked right in that entrance, right, hold on, dead center of the screen, right there. So that's where we were last at. We were given these devices so we can access information and knowledge. And yeah, so now that's where we're going to start. And actually, I can even just do this real quick. Wait, where's it at? Give me a minute here. I'm trying to remember where to access this. Here? Okay, and then there? Alright, I'm just going to briefly put... Okay, yeah, so I'm going to... Actually, let me talk and then shut up. I'm going to briefly just scroll down these few things here, so in case you want to pause and read, that's, so you can catch up on everything, then go ahead. But if not, this will only just take about a minute to scroll through, so I'm going to shut up now, so yeah. Okay, so from what I can see, it's showing everything up to... Actually, before we walked into the front gates of Sumeru. I'm guessing the dialogue from the front gate of Sumeru City, will probably be added once we get the next part of this dialogue stuff in. So yeah, everything you just saw right there, if you actually did read through it, was everything before getting to Sumeru City. Now, who knows, if you're a fast reader, that could have been quicker than going through the first episode. But otherwise, it might have been quicker just watch the episode if you're a slow reader. I don't know. But either way, there was the information. I don't normally do that, but because of the fact this is all separated, just there you go. But again, you can just go back to Season 7, Episode 1 to catch actually everything you just saw there. And then, like I said, Season 7, Episode 2 to catch the Sumeru City entrance. Again, I think that's where it's split off. I'm assuming based on my notes, but I didn't actually go back and rewatch. So, yeah. Anyways, let's head on over to Sumeru City and finally continue the game. Yay! Now, like I had said in previous episodes and previous seasons,
aristocratic etiquette is all just for show.
Okay, shush. Wait a minute. Why is the marker right there? Oh, okay, because it's a little bit in. It looked like it was on. Anyways, real quick before we actually walk in there. Yeah, so originally, and I know I said this back in episode 1 of this season. I said it, I think, at the end of season 7, but I'm going to say it one last time, in case you didn't catch any of it. Yeah, originally, if I hadn't been held up with real life delays and stuff, you know, if real life hadn't pushed everything back, originally this season here, season 8, we were originally supposed to be working on side content, side stories, side quests, side everything, okay? And then season 9 was originally supposed to be Sumeru, but thanks to many things holding me up and not allowing me the time to work on this game, it looks like now season 8 is Sumeru, and as for season 9, I have no idea. It depends on how far we are, because season 8 is going to be all of Sumeru. That includes the jungle version, the first desert version, which is down here, the second desert version, which is up here, and the third desert version, which is up here. But here's how it's going to go. If Fontaine is still not complete by the time we're ready to start season 9, then we'll finally get to the side content all throughout the game for season 9. Okay? But if Fontaine is complete by the time we get to season 9, then we'll probably start in Fontaine and work on that and yada yada. I mean, now note, again, schedule is subject to change, but I'm just saying that's what is currently planned. But yeah, plans keep changing every so often, just like how I just said, that originally this season was supposed to be something else. So, yeah. Anyways, now we can finally move on, and now I can finally shut up, and now we can finally get through this. And also, note, in case you're wondering, for the... Where's it at? Give me 2 seconds here. Sorry. What is this called? I'm trying to see what this name is. No, it doesn't have a specific name on it. Okay, the reputation stuff that we have in each region. In order to unlock the reputation stuff in Sumeru, you have to finish, I think, Act 2, I believe. So we're on Chapter 3, Act 1, and I think you have to finish Act 2 in order to unlock the reputation stuff. So I just want to put that out there because anyone was wondering, because I know I was originally wondering. I originally looked it up, but that was a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember now. But yeah, well, anyways, you'll see it as we get to it, but I'm just saying.
Same cultural heritage.
Okay, can she stop? Stop. Okay, now I'm going to shut up.
Hello, are you Howie?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
Okay, one more pause. Thank God they're voiced! Okay, I'm moving on.
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, What a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on! This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low it's like digging holes in the dirt. So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asphalt, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
I always hate how that word's spelled. Core. Because it's spelled corpse, but you say core. C-O-R-E. Or even just C-O-R, depending. And it just, that always drove me insane. How it's spelled like that. There's so many other, I mean, there's tons and tons of words that are just spelled in the most stupid way. It's like, why does it have this letter and that letter if you don't even say it? I mean, it's one thing if maybe it's a little bit silent in the middle, maybe. Like maybe on one version you do say it, other version you don't. But this one, it's straight up, you never say, you know, within core, you never say the P and the S. Just never say it. So it's like, why is it even spelled like that?
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asphalt. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugudevada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugudevada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
Alright, well, thanks for the info, Asfand.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here. only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her? This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali! We can't let them get in the way now! Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad!
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
I like how they said, quick, after her. And instead of doing this, they did this. Wow, that's really quick after her moment right there.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore.
But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Got a job for me?
Ready for reconnaissance. All right, let's go.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded. Guess Paimon will settle for something ordinary.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. And can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry, but I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Tevat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tevat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aww, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady, does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Alright, just give me one moment here. While that was going on, I was checking out to see if I actually did show the video of Gene and Venti's storyline. The thing I spoke about earlier, I was just checking my notes to see if I actually did show that or not. Because I honestly couldn't remember. I literally couldn't remember like when I showed that, but that was actually back in... Oh, I just brought down. Where'd I put that? Season 6. So... Yeah, back in Season 6, I showed that whole mess with Gene and Venti's story about going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, so... It's like I said, I literally could not remember if I showed that. But, yeah, I had to check, and I was checking on that while we're going through that cutscene. Because for a second, I'm like, oh no, did I forget to show that? And then I just mentioned that earlier and you guys wouldn't even know what... Yeah, so, yeah. Alright, did show it. Yeah, the only thing is I still have left to show, which hopefully will be later in this season, is... give me a second here. Two videos... Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, 3. Oh, the one I gotta put together. Oh, it's on my console. Crap, it's split up into pieces. Okay, so there's a third video. Like I said, it's all split up into different chunks on my PS5. Did I say PS3 a second ago? Whoops. I don't know what I said. I really don't know what I said. But yeah, I got, or no, I'm thinking the 3 is from 3 videos. That's probably what I said. But yeah, I got 2 videos from, I think it's this area. This part of the map. And then the one that's all cut up in pieces on my console that I need to get onto my computer.
You take on the challenge is entirely...
Okay, shush. It's, yeah. Either way, that'll be later on. Like I said, hopefully this season.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my 2 newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land? Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the Sabzerus Festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
carry Ida myself.
I've got great food and great drinks that everyone can enjoy.
In my opinion, Shoots is the best stall in the whole bazaar.
What's so great about Storyline? Welcome. Get your spices here.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero's festival anymore. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. With the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance at the Sub-Zeros festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful padisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the Divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered padisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth padisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers, but she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just two real padisaras on the stage.
Okay, I gotta pause for a second here. Look at the left side of the screen. What is with the stuff falling over? Is that supposed to be like that, or have they not noticed that yet? Because it's like the second scene now. We're seeing like these two, what looks like lanterns, tipped over. I'm surprised no one's mentioned that yet, unless it's gonna come up. Anyways, continuing.
So, Traveler in Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sub-Zero's festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Paimon wants to watch. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sub-Zero's festival.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
Yeah, so they are knocked over. And I don't know why. And no one's referencing this. This doesn't look right. Oh wait, this one's knocked over too. What the hey? Is this a glitch? Can't be. No. No, these things are not movable. So it's not like they fell, game-wise. No. Well, then again, certain things can fall depending on. Oh, you know what? No, this is even okay. They must be setting up. Okay, yeah, because even these things are out of order here. I mean, I know she said they were setting up before, but it just seems a little odd that everything is like that. Yeah. Anyways, hey, props engineer, can you go fix the stuff?
Dancing at the Sub-Zero's festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger. As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the goddess of flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too. The Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life. I heard she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Don't just hate ringing phones. Anyways, as I came down here, I noticed, yeah, this stuff's also tipped over. So this whole area is, I guess, under construction. It's just weird. I've never seen it like this before, with an area supposed to be under construction and it looking like this. That's why it just makes me think it's like a glitch. You may think, oh, that's a bit of odd to have a glitch do this, but nah, I've seen some weird stuff over the years, so you never know. I mean, it might be a glitch. It's all might not supposed to be looking like this. I don't know. We're going to just have to assume it's supposed to look like this, that they're still under construction, and yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, numerous things like even this, how these are together like this and whatnot, and like the plants above, same thing. That is what really confirms it. Whereas if it was only just these lamps tipped over, then yeah, I'd probably be saying glitch, but yeah.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an outlander? Did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone!
Things
are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the Academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
At this point, it's like, can you tell which one is the clone? And then, at this point, it'd actually be easy, because the real one has the earpiece, whereas the clone does not.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the Academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and... I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off this crown. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that. Dunyarzad, you look absolutely stunning with it on. It's like I'm looking at the goddess of flowers herself.
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine!
Whoa, that's a first. I don't think we've ever seen her out of her box. Wait, have we? No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a first. Also, real quick, as for the last little bit there, whenever the one girl was supposed to be trying on the horns, you know, could they have at least maybe given us a picture or something? Kind of like earlier whenever they showed her as a child, you know, rather than just still speaking that whole bit, but we didn't get to see anything. I mean, of course, it doesn't really matter that much, but still, I hate it when they do that in games. Especially this game, whenever they'll say they're doing something, but then they don't even try to show us at all. It's like, well, then just cut it out of the dialogue or something. Don't even tell us about it if you're not going to show it. It's almost like whenever a lot of times they'll say, oh yes, you want to come over here and have fun, do this, and they'll say, sure, let's go do that, and then you never actually do it. Yeah, okay, moving on.
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Wait, could this actually be the real Catherine? And all the other ones, the androids based off this one? Oh, how insane would that be? Because, yeah, she seems normal here. Oh, please tell me this is the original. That'd be cool.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Tevat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Tevat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about her brother.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
Isn't it interesting how she has like a keyhole on her back? But anyways, this Catherine though, it's weird though. She speaks more human here. Even though she does say she needs to get back to the desk, you know, her box, her prison, if you will. But it's still weird though. It just seems like she's so different here versus when she's in the box. But anyways, the key in the back, the keyhole in the back, that probably proves she's definitely not the real Catherine. If there even is a real Catherine. I've never actually thought of it before, but seeing her out here kind of popped that thought into my head. Like, oh wait, what if there was a real one? An original, you know, that all the androids are based off of. Kind of like something in the Alien universe. Yeah, I'll try not to say much more than that. If you've ever seen the Alien movies, yeah, you can kind of... Well, if you've seen them, you know what I'm referring to, okay? Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But, anyways, moving on.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro, after all. See you around.
There's something really different about Catherine today.
Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious? We'd love that!
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Sounds like a plan! Let's head over to the Citadel of Regzar and wait for Dia!
Welcome! Get your spices here.
Oh, I just happened to think of something. What if that was not Catherine at all? Not the android, not the original. What if that was the character we're looking for? Which I'm assuming is her. You know, Lesser Lord, whatever, however they say the name. What if that was her? What if she took that form? Because that little line they put in there whenever Paimon said, hey, haven't we heard that before?
Get your spices here.
Wasn't that line from that character?
Great drinks that
In
everyone
my
can enjoy.
opinion, Shoots is the best stall.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord. Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you three together.
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfon for more info.
No kidding. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Rukshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell them what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is currently in Port Ormos.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia! And you too, Osfon! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see what we can find next.
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's Festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zeru's Festival.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on. Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
Welcome. Welcome. How can I help you two?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the Academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the Academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the Academia. You see over there? Those are students from the Academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
Where'd she go? She was just here a second ago. Okay, that's so weird that she was there and then she wasn't there. By any chance, was it her again? No, I don't think she can change shape. No. Still, it's just weird though. Every time we've spoken to someone, they're still there. This time, they just the girl shoots up and vanished. It's weird.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Why are they standing next to a giant spiderweb? I mean, I understand if it's like the only spot they can stand, but good God, if I had a spiderweb that big, I wouldn't be standing next to it.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that? So, what's your plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
This is one of those points, like I've said in the past, on the few times more comes up, where I wish we could actually use our own, because in the game right now I have 10 million more. Now actually, just under a month ago, I was pretty much broke. And for the last few months actually, it was hard to hold Mora because I kept spending on, leveling up characters and such, like, say, Eula and others. And it's just, within these last few weeks, I've been able to focus on purely just doing these ley lines, which I was doing the ley lines here and there to keep trying to balance money and stuff, but every so often I keep I knew soon to get more and then immediately spend it, get more, immediately spend it. But like I said, I've just literally taken a break from everything, just absolutely everything, from trying to get the this stuff to that, the experience things to everything else, even bosses and stuff, just spending the resin on getting Mora so I could build that up. And I would like to keep building up even more, because especially now, everything's way more expensive now in the game, thanks to me being at level 90 and whatnot. So, oops. But yeah, it's very, very easy to lose all that money thanks to such high levels now. And then, I mean, not even just level 90, but also that was actually a bad example. But that goes for 90 on weapon, 90 on the character, level 20 on the gold artifacts, stuff like that, and then even money for the talents going up higher and higher. So very expensive. Ooh, wait, no, I can't grab that. That was weird.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn the music down one notch. It just gets so loud at times. And there's other times where I can't even hear it, but then there's other times where it's like, it's just putting the speaker in front of your face and go boom, 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 boom. And it's like, I'm trying to hear. I mean, I didn't want to do that earlier, but I thought, okay, maybe we might be able to get through it, but yeah, I had to put it down one notch. It's a nice area.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Welcome. What you see is what we've got. Feel free to look around.
Should I adjust?
Okay, I gotta take just one quick second here to check something. Okay. I had to be sure. Never mind. Just get back to the story.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice right now.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're, archaeology students!
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Teyvat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our mora back, but sent the Emirites running too. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions. He went that way! After him!
It still ticks me off I wasn't able to get Al Haytham whenever his banner was active. I tried to get that character, and now I probably either will never end up getting him or probably won't be for a year or more. Who knows? Who knows when his banner's gonna come up again? Because, well, it already came up once. It already came up, technically twice so far, but, yeah, I just keep getting unlucky. Anyways, back to the story.
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
She doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from from guys like that. Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to Mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the
try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikella Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Okay, this is just very confusing. Find the right code first. So basically, we have to say one of these things to her, I guess? I don't know. We'll review this again in next episode, and that is the other thing I'm going to say, that we're going to end just a little bit early here, because I don't know how long this next part's going to take, and yeah, it could go on pretty lengthy, and we want to try to keep the episodes within 2 hours. I know the first 2 episodes were very long of this season, but that was because it was a special case. But yeah, the rest of the season, hopefully we'll be able to keep it around 2 hours. Anyways, 2 little things I wanted to mention throughout the episode, but didn't get a chance to. Earlier when we were at Sumeru City and the characters... Well, whenever Paimon said that the people there, they felt, oh, if the... we'll say internet. I don't remember what she said. I think it was the thing that they're wearing. The thing I call it. The thing I say that they're connected to the internet. Paimon had said something about the fact that if that device or that... if the internet doesn't want them to to know about something, then they feel that they don't need to know. Okay? However that was phrased. Well, anyways, my response to that is, well, then they're all a bunch of idiots. Because that'd be like, say if whoever's in charge of them says, okay, you're only allowed to learn A, B, C, D, E, F, and G from the alphabet, but you're not allowed to learn the rest of the alphabet. You see what I'm saying? You see how stupid that sounds? Well, that's literally how stupid that concept is. That they feel that, oh, they're not allowed... They feel that they don't need to know any more than what their little device tells them. That, to me, makes me think that there's kind of like a... How do I put it? Like they're controlled without knowing they're being controlled. And I don't mean controlled like a puppet, but controlled like as if they're under like a... I don't know how to say it. Well, you get the idea. Bottom line is, it's very stupid, and how they expect to learn anything if they don't ask questions, if they don't go beyond what they're supposedly allowed to learn, you know, it's very, very dumb. So, when we go to Sumeru City, you'd expect these people to be very intelligent because they're connected to the internet and they pride their lives on power, or not power, I'm sorry, information, okay? You know, so that's the main thing for them. And yet, on the flip side, you're telling me that their information only goes as far as their little device tells them? Or, well, however that was phrased. But, you know, it's... Wait, what? With them being so proud for information, you would think that they would go above and beyond for the information. Like they would want to gain all the information they can. So that didn't make much sense to me. Why it's so backwards there, and how stupid that is. So that was weird. Anyways, the second thing I wanted to say was, whenever we were hearing the story about the... Oh, what's her name? The girl with the bandages. The one who's from the rich family that we had to hear the whole story about. Yada yada. Which, note, actually, one side little note here, which I forgot about. Unless they said it, I missed it. But they didn't say, to my point of view, they didn't say what her illness was. Again, unless I missed that. I don't know. If I did, I'm sorry. Like I said, I was at that point trying to look up that information on my computer about what I spoke about before. But wait, hold on, what's that? Huh. Real faint parts of a cloud are showing up right there. Okay, look between the island and the clouds above. You can kind of see a little faint... Oh, well, now you can't. It was there just a second ago. If you go back and look right in that spot, you'll see what I was talking about. Oh, okay, well, that part's starting to come in. Oh, maybe that's what that was. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I wish we knew what her illness was, what that was all about. But again, like I said, if they did say it, I missed it. But, yeah, anyways, the whole point I brought that up, though, is because... Now, I could be completely wrong, but for some odd reason, her child voice sounded a lot like the person that voices this character here. Which is... that person. Top right corner where it says voice. Yeah, so... It sounded like that voice, but I don't know. Probably wasn't, but I'm just saying it was weird. And actually, can I get one of her voice lines? Wait, go this way. Profile, voiceover.
Oh, hi, I'm Layla, a Ratawa student. Sorry, I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm a bit out of it today. What did you say again? You want to team up with me? No. It's not that I don't want to. I'm just not sure my crazy sleep schedule will really work for you. But, I guess I look forward to working with you.
Trying to see if there's something else I can use here.
Drawing star charts is really tiring work. I really don't think I'd be able to keep at it if it wasn't something I'm interested in. You have to use a ruler, then do some calculations on paper, then check past star logs. Before you know it, the whole day is gone. But then, when I look at the finished product, a huge, neatly drawn, accurate map of the stars, it always gives me a huge sense of accomplishment.
Now, of course, it's a little tough to tell because here the character's always trying to be tired. But if you go back and listen to the child voice and then listen to this girl's voice, to me it sounded the same. But I know it's a little hard because, again, like I said, one's supposed to be awake, one's supposed to be asleep. So that does make it a little bit more difficult, but still. That's just what I thought I heard, you know, whenever we were at that point. So, yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for Episode 3 of Season 8 of Genshin Impact. We'll, of course, be back next time with Episode 4, where we'll, of course, continue more of the Sumeru Archon storyline in Port Ormos, if I said that right. Oh, I forgot about this. Anyways, and yeah, we'll hit up with, we'll catch up with Dory, which I don't know if Dory's been shown on camera yet or not. I mean, yes, you've seen her with, you know, with the playable version here. Okay, but I cannot seem to remember if I have any footage of her through cutscenes or anything like that in you know, this playthrough. Now, I have actually, though I've seen myself Dory in different events and stuff that I know I've done off camera. Okay, so that's why it's a little hard for me to remember if you've seen Dory or not. Again, the Dory in game, not Dory playable. So yeah, if you haven't, then hey, you're gonna see the actual Dory in next episode. Yeah, well, either way, whether you've seen her or not, from story-wise, this will be your first encounter with Dory, and yeah, we need to figure out how that code sheet works. So we'll figure that out, like I said, next episode, and re-look at that, and yada yada yada. But either way, next episode, like I said, more Sumeru storyline, Archon Quests. So yeah, look forward to all that in next episode, and of course more Genshin Impact. So yeah. But anyways, again, that's gonna be it for this episode. So until next time, keep on gaming.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits. You can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. got millions of reasons